Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Barbara's Life and Style channel, and I am on my second act. Hey everybody, I wanted to get on and show you how I created a space in my spare room to put makeup on, to vlog, to film. I love makeup. Those who know me well know that I love makeup. And so I wanted to have my second act be vlogging, showing you the makeup that I use, the styles that I wear, hair products, all of it. So that you can see that it is possible to create your second act in life, and that is being a content creator and influencer. And so my dilemma was, where should I set up my beauty room? And so I debated whether or not to put it in my garage. And so I debated whether or not to put it in my garage. I was considering this space here on the wall in my garage because it has a white background, and therefore less work that I would have to put together. These mirrors here, they are from my grandmother's home. My grandmother passed away several years ago, and I wanted to preserve her mirrors, and so I plan to do something with her mirrors later on when I put together an actual beauty room. I plan to restore them, put them on the wall. So that was also the idea, to use the mirrors, put them somewhere in this garage, and set up a space to film. It's because I've seen others do it and it looks so well put together. But realistically, you're going to quickly see, I have my patio furniture. I have all my outdoor furniture here in my garage, and it is fall now, so I put everything into my garage. My vehicle is here. So again, my mindset was to remind myself to use all the space that I have. So this is a storage area in terms of Christmas ornaments and things of that nature. So this was a bust for now because, one, it is cold in this garage. Two, I don't want to have my nice tables and things and makeup set up here. Maybe later on, if I completely renovate and redo this space, I might consider it. But right now, I think I chose a very nice alternative while I start to film, while I start to put my makeup table together. And so again, as I said, this has been a dream for me. So what I did is, considering I had to remind myself, use the space you have. So this is a guest room, and I rarely get guests in my home other than my children coming home for maybe holidays. But I decided I am going to use this space. So what I did, I went on Facebook Marketplace and I found this beauty table. And it's a table originally from IKEA. And the owner, she is a graduate student. She got a job out of the city, and so she wanted to just get rid of some of her, furniture items so that she can relocate to a different area. So this is what we found, and it has a mirror here, and I put my filming equipment in here. I love this red color inside. And also on the other side, again, my filming equipment, my camera case. But again, I love this vibrant color here. So, and I had this chair, this filming area here, added a light. I have my tripod there. And so this is where I put these. I bought from Home Goods last year. When I was buying items for my daughter, I was putting together a bridal shower for her. So I bought these items because I just love the look, and I kept them in a storage area. So I pulled them out and decided I'll use this for my makeup, to put makeup in. Now, I want to show you the purchase that I made to put my makeup brushes in. I bought this from Amazon, and they match perfectly with my gold wire containers here. I'm opening it up with one hand so you can see. And so this holder, cup holder, I found on Amazon, and I think it just matches perfectly with the gold wires that I already have here. So I purchased 2 of them to put my brushes in so that it matches well. And again, it's challenging using one hand, but I got it done. And so isn't that is nice? So here we are putting our brushes in. These are my brushes that I use on a daily basis. And so I bought 2 because, of course, I have a bunch of brushes. So I wanted to make sure that they are all fitting in there. Finish up. Put on. And so now I put together I am so happy that I'm able to put together a space for myself so that I can create and vlog, do whatever I want, because this is something that I truly love. And I wanted to show you that you don't need the perfect space. You don't have to redo a room, spend thousands of dollars on a room, but use the space that you have. That's what I had to remind myself. In my home, I can use space that I have. I already have this room, and I'll show you what it looks like. So it's just a simple guest room that when I have family coming in, they can stay with me. And so, as I said, if you want to create your own dreams, then go for it. It doesn't have to be the perfect setting. It doesn't have to be perfect aesthetics, but just do it. That's what I had to tell myself, because when you're watching so many content creators, and there are so many, and they have dark backgrounds, they have the lighter backgrounds, and they have newly renovated filming spaces, but sometimes you just don't have that space at the moment, but you are working towards that, and that is me. I am working towards that goal of having a complete space where I can create the content I want in the room I want. But right now I am very much content as to what I have right now at the moment, because each step is a stepping stone towards something greater. So that's what you have to tell yourself. So let's get ready for the day now that I have this space. So we're going to start off with, I've already put my lashes on, and I did put my moisturizer on. So now I want to put makeup corrector underneath my eyes, the darker areas of my eyes. True Complexion by Black Radiance. And I also like to use the Mary Phillips Underpainting Face Palette. And so you've seen me use these products before, but I want to just take the time to show you exactly what I do when I put these combinations together. And the reason why I've been using the Black Radiance one for a while now, and so I really like that it goes on so smoothly. And so I like putting it on because it does cover up my darker discoloration area and underneath on my chin. So taking that, and then I grab my brush for it and just put it on. Now, yes, it does look like there's a lot, but once I blend it in, and that's the key, as I said before, to everything, blending in your makeup. So putting this on, and blending it in underneath on my mustache line, around my nose, because on my face, those are like to darker areas. And I've already damped my beauty sponge. Ooh, say that 1,000 times. And blend it in well. And so even without putting any additional makeup face corrector on, you can see that, let me blend it in a little better. You can see that it's already blending into my skin. So I do like to use the Mary Phillips corrector, and I use this color. So with the combination of the two, this is more of a salmon coloring for the corrector, and this is more of an orangey correcting. It is actually oh, it doesn't say the color, but it's more of a orangey reddish. My undertone is neutral, so I like to do the combination because it just works well on my skin tone. So if you're a little lighter than me, then you can use this color alone. But I like to do the combination of the two. And so putting this on around my nose, around my lips. And so I'm pretty much done with just the corrector. And blending it in with my beauty sponge. So now I have been using e.l.f. Soft Glam Satin Fit Foundation. I have been using the e.l.f. Soft Glam Satin Foundation, and I like it, and it's in medium build coverage, long lasting, and actually it goes on so smoothly and it blends in with my skin tone, and it lasts the entire day. You don't need a lot. And so this is what I put on my hand, and I'm just going to put it in spots on my face, spotting my face. And in addition to that, I like to use, just taking my paper towel, I damp the paper towel to make sure that I'm ready to go in case I need to wipe anything off of my hand. So in addition to the e.l.f. Soft Glam, I like to combine that with the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter, and this is it. And putting that glowy, and it also, I love it because it has a the shade that I'm wearing, it is 7 Deep. So it does, fortunately with me, with my neutral undertone, I can wear a number of shades and it blends really well with my skin tone. So this is more of a golden undertone, and so I'm going to take my foundation brush and just start to put that on. And I know some ladies, they like to draw down on their foundation, but it helps if you buff it on, because it starts to blend in better. You see how it's blending in as opposed to drawing down on my face like this? I can buff it in and make sure that if there are some areas that are lighter, which this doesn't, the e.l.f., this is a great product, and I make sure that I have it on in the corners, and I purposely avoid under my eyes when I put my foundation on, because I want to put concealer on. And for me, if I don't put a lot of makeup underneath my eyes, it sits better. It doesn't look like there's a ton of buildup there or creasing. And so I put my foundation on, and now I want to put on my concealer. And I am using NARS. I am using NARS Radiant Creaming Concealer. And this is in the color Amani. And it is a medium dark number 3 color. And for NARS, their concealers are so creamy. It goes on really well, and it lasts the entire day without the creasing. And just blend that in underneath my eyes. And the same on the other eye. And so again, this for the NARS Radiant Creaming Concealer, I like it because look at that, how well it blends in. That color blends. So there it is. So I blended it underneath my eye, and now I like to put it under right on my mustache line, underneath my lip, on my chin, and once again blend that in. And for me, instead of wearing two different shades, I can pretty much get away with the one shade. And then what I normally do is I'll put the powder, setting powder on top, or a baking powder, and that's a little lighter, so that gives me the brightness that I want. And so we have our, so I put the foundation on, the concealer on, and now I want to do my eyebrows. And now I want to do my eyebrows, and I'm going to attempt to do my eyebrows on camera. And so I have to get really close to my mirror so I can see. So this is CoverGirl Easy Breezy Brow Fill Define Pencil Crayon. And so I used the CoverGirl, but I used two different kinds. And this is the brown black. I love it because of one, this serves as me putting this serves as my brows staying up. First I brush them, obviously, and then I use this kind of to outline where I want to draw my brows on. And I love this combination because, one, it helps to stay on. It helps the brow pencil to stay on all day, and then also it helps me to draw for where I'm going to fill in with another CoverGirl product, and then it'll just be a little darker than this. And I usually, this is how I get the combination that I get compliments on my brows. And I used to have thick brows, but as we get older, they thin out naturally a bit. But that doesn't stop any show, because you just get what you need from the store. And thank goodness for products that there's so much out there where you can pick the best product for you. But for me, I love the CoverGirl. And so that was, again, the Easy Breezy Rich Brown Fill Define Pencil. And so I pair that up with the CoverGirl Perfecting Pencil. And again, this is the dark brown black, and it gives me the color that I want. I don't like to use black pencils or the black coloring, because with my blonde hair, I think that this brown blends in better, and it's not so stark if I use the black. And so it blends in, and it makes my brows look natural with the color, and it complements, again, my already honey blonde hair with this. And I have been using this CoverGirl brow pencils for years. And it stays on all day. Actually, it's even sweating, running, working out, it will not move. The only time that you don't have to worry about it going anywhere until you purposely wash it off. And so it needs to be cleaned up. So what I do is I take my brow brush where it defines. This is at an angle, and I can clean it up around. I can clean it up around the areas where I need to sculpt I can clean up to sculpt my brows a little better with this brush. And again, don't worry about, I know there are some ladies out there who worry about their eyebrows they're not like how they used to be when they were younger. Create them. Create them. That's why we have these wonderful products out here. We can create the look that we want. So I like my brows to go up a bit instead of going down. So going down towards my face, I want them to sit up a little bit because that draws up my look. And so I'm going to take my brow pencil and just put a little more, draw it out a bit more, and then again take my brush and clean it up a bit. And I'm just cleaning up the end of it. So where the end of my eyes are, and you can see the end of my bra, so it matches up perfectly. And I've been doing this for a while, so it might take you several times doing it. But again, and on the other side, see, right now my bra, the end of my bra, it is pointing down. And what I normally do is I just take my brush and lift it a bit. And as I look in my mirror straight ahead, I can see that they are sisters. They're not quite twins, but they are sisters. And so now I want to show you how I sculpt them with my concealer. And again, taking my NARS. This is the NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer. And now I love to use, I'm looking for the brush that I normally use for sculpting my brows. And this is, I recently purchased a set of these brushes, makeup brushes, and they are by Nikki LA Rose, and this is the N24 brush that I'm using. So I'm taking the soft NARS Glam, and this is in Walnut, and so I'm just cleaning up what I created with my brows. So again, it doesn't have to be perfect when you draw them on, but that's where the concealer comes in, and the concealer cleans up any imperfections that you may have drawn on, or if the makeup has smeared a bit, the product has smeared a bit. And again, on the other side, first I'm going to just clean up underneath the brows by sculpting them out a bit. And again, this helps that wing lift. Instead of going down, it lifts it up. With the powder, I like to contour and sculpt around my chin, underneath the perimeter of my chin, my cheeks, and around my face. And then, so I start off with a color that's closest to, just a little darker, closest to my natural color, and then I build it where I build it so it looks, I get that sun glow. And so what I'm doing now is taking the brush, the makeup brush that I normally use when sculpting a contour look. So just on underneath my cheekbone, I'm putting that on, and other side the same. And then around the perimeter of my face. And around my jawline. So to deepen it a bit, I usually deepen it with the Rich number 10 contour by e.l.f. And I'm able to get the look that I want when I do this. And you can just stop with just the one color, the tan. It is entirely up to you, but I like my contour just a little darker and richer, so it looks like I've actually, you know, been in the sun. When up north you may not see the sun for days. And so I like to, yeah, just put a little bit more in, and then taking my beauty blender and blending that in. And the key to makeup always is blending. So don't ever forget to blend. Even when you're heavy-handed in some areas, sometimes when I'm rushing, trying to get out the door, I tend to be a little heavy-handed in certain areas. So when I'm heavy-handed, this is what comes into play to correct that. If I have product that is like sitting, and you can see it because of the pigment, but this blends it in and you're ready to go. And so that's pretty much it for today with my look, because this is a Saturday and I don't want to put too much on, but I am going to finish it off with just some loose setting powder. And I love this Maybelline Fit Me setting powder, and it's the number 40 in dark. So what I normally do is just take my fluffy e.l.f. blush, and this is the pointed powder. And so I just put it on my face. And I want to add a special touch just to put underneath my eyes. And that is I am going to grab my Makeup by Mario. And this is the story palette for, and this is the original, this is the Master Matte by Makeup by Mario, and the eyeshadow story. So I'm just going to use one of my brushes just to put some coloring along my eye line. And so we want to, and I'm using just this neutral color here and put it on my eye. And so I just finished up my look. I just put on my MAC Night Moth lip liner, and then I also put on my matte Velvet Reddit lipstick in the middle. And so I topped it off with the L'Oreal Plump Ambition. So this is the look for the day. Again, you create your dreams. So from this moment, and so I just finished up my look. I just put on my MAC Night Moth lip liner, and then I also put on my matte Velvet Reddit lipstick in the middle. And so I topped it off with the L'Oreal Plump Ambition. So this is the look for the day. Again, you create your dreams. So from this moment on, this is my second act. I am so happy that, or proud of myself, and I thank the Lord for giving me the ability to be able to get the things, the equipment that I need to create my second act. And I hope that this inspires you to create your second act as well.